Wow. Terence Bud Crawford again gets violated by his promoter, Bob Arum, who doubled downs on his previous comments, shows no mercy, on his comments about Crawford not being able to sell. Stay tuned. We're going to talk about it. Subscribe, smash the like button. Let's get it. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, the Cash App. That's $ Boxing Ego, and the Patreon family. We working. Smash the like button. Let's get started. Bob Arum has a detailed interview with Boxing Scene, link in the description, so you guys can take a listen to it. Arum stands by Crawford comments, and he's disinterested in promoting Crawford's fights. Ooh, brand new article, link in the description, and this is what the boy Bob Arum had to say. He is disinterested in promoting Crawford's fights. Wow. Top-ranked chairman Bob Arum has taken heat for his comments that he's made about losing money. I made videos about it. I thought it was distasteful. Dana White, other people, Eddie Hearn, and Bob Arum doubled downs on it. Bob Arum says, quote, I don't give a shit. I don't care because what the Crawford camp did was reprehensible. The lawyer sent a letter to us. Okay, that's fine. That's what a lawyer is supposed to do. But you don't release it to the press. All of this should have been behind closed doors like what men do. I'm not going to take this ish. I'm just not going to do it because the truth, I have lost money with this guy. Says Arum said he's upset because he believes Bomac, Crawford's manager, leaked details of Crawford's contract, including that his agreement with Top Rank expires in 2021. And that Bob Arum promised to pay Crawford $1 million if he didn't make an offer in 2020 to Errol Spence to fight Crawford. So Bob Arum is mad these things came out, not at the bequest of him. Arum said it angered him so much he isn't even interested in promoting future fights involving Crawford. You guys see that? One of the boxing's elite pound for pounds. Quote, it will be another hit on my net worth. He's saying that, I'm almost a 90-year-old man. Me promoting Crawford, that hurts my net worth. That don't help. Wow. I'm being serious. I turned the whole project of Terence Crawford over to the top-ranked president, my stepson, TODD. I washed my hands of it. He says I'm too emotional about it. There was this last kerfuffle with the Brook fight when he didn't sign the contracts so we could promote the fight, Kell Brook and Crawford fight, on the Lomachenko-Lopez telecast. I have long since departed working with Crawford. Wow. At issue, Arum said, was that Top Rank and Crawford agreed to terms on the Brook fight. Basically what we heard, I already talked about that. Check the old videos. Crawford was, I guess took a long time to actually sign his form of the contract because I guess he wasn't happy with the Kell Brook fight and, his situation. So he stuck it to him. Bob Arum says, we kept telling him sign the contract because what they were up to was to start promoting it, not have a signed contract and start a renegotiation, the 88-year-old Arum said. I wanted a signed contract. They had it for 2 weeks. If it was up to me, I couldn't handle it. Another Terence Crawford fight. I'm too old to handle this. I've taken it off my agenda. Whatever his stepson, Top Rank's TODD wants to do. So he said he ain't even dealing with Crawford. This is just too much. And he don't want his blood pressure to go up or anything like that. So he also says after Crawford stopped Brook, Arum made his controversial comments to The Athletic, saying to Crawford, which we went over, Crawford's got to promote like Teofimo Lopez does. He's got to promote like Shakur Stevenson does, like Mayweather did, like Pacquiao did. If he doesn't, then who the F needs him? He may be the greatest fighter in the world, but hey, I ain't going to go bankrupt promoting him. The question is, do we want to keep Terence Crawford? I could have built a house in Beverly Hills on the money I've lost on him in the last 3 fights. A beautiful home. Nobody questions Crawford's innate tremendous ability, but by beating a naturally bigger Kell Brook decisively, that's a big statement that he's making. The question is, does he pay the bills? Look, you could have the greatest opera singer in the world. If the fans don't support it, you're out of business. So Bob Arum, unapologetic. In addition to attendance restrictions, he's talking about a Spence and Crawford, potential fight. Bob Arum said, an essential element to all of the big pay-per-views is the closed circuit, the bars, the restaurants. They can account from anywhere between 3 million to 5 million in the bottom line, which is funny that he's saying this because Terence Crawford and Errol Spence, that would be a fight on pay-per-view, but so is Wilder versus Tyson Fury 3. So Tyson Fury lied to the public, and this is a separate issue, but it's just funny that Bob Arum is saying we need the live gate, we need closed circuit, we need the bars because we can make a lot of money, millions of dollars. So Wilder Fury 3, Tyson Fury told the world that it was Wilder's fault the fight wasn't happening, when we know it was truly the live gate, the COVID and all that, and the absence of closed circuit and the bars and being able to have larger gatherings. So Bob Arum's admitting that, which I've talked about. Ego Stradamus strikes again in previous videos. Anyway, regarding Crawford, he said that's not going to be available. And the price of the pay-per-view is too effing high because the cut that the satellite and cable systems take is way too much, in my opinion. They're down to taking about 40%, but that's way too much. Will people be willing to have 10 or 12 people in their homes to watch that telecast? And will people have money to buy it? I'm not crazy, but I watch television. There are thousands of people outside at food banks. Those people are not customers because they don't have the money. So what the F are we talking about? He continues, you put 10 million in, and even if the pay-per-view does 400,000 buys, you still have enough to pay the fighters, but you can't replace the 10 million. So more confirmation that a fight like Wilder Fury 3 would definitely need, regular circumstances. Who even pays attention to that? If Errol Spence advisor and PBC boss Al Heyman had to choose between doing that fight himself or doing the fight with us, he would opt to do it with us. Why? Because 1, we would share the risk with him. But number 2, more important, without us, they can't do a pay-per-view without ESPN Plus. Now, Bob Arum, he's priming and pumping ESPN Plus. I don't agree that Crawford, if he signs to PBC, he would have to be on ESPN Plus. He said, how do you replace that? Nobody in boxing can get on ESPN Plus because we have an exclusive. 32% of the people that bought the fight bought it on ESPN Plus. So if he wants to do the fight without our participation, be my guest. If he wanted to do it and he came to us and said, we want to do it, I would give him permission. That's crazy. This man said he would give Crawford permission. You see that? Like he's his dad or something. He said I would give him his permission. Wow. Arum said he would make a deal to provide Crawford services for the fight. We could work that out, but he's not getting on ESPN Plus doing it that way. The problem is the guarantee that each of them won is unsustainable, estimating the fighters would need a guarantee in the 10 million range. He offered a solution. The deal should be done is PBC and us split the promotion and the fighters get a modest guarantee, and you do maybe 80-20, 90-10 split in the fighter's favor on each side like the way we used to do. But I ain't gambling millions of dollars on this promotion. Talking about Errol Spence, Terence Crawford. It's all well and good to talk about the fight, but who's going to pay for it? Boom. Link in the description. Now, this looks extremely bad and is going to have to make people wonder what's next for these two. Bob Arum is not backing down. Crawford did, however, in my opinion, kind of back down with this comment, and I'll show you on the screen. Crawford says, quote, we may have a disagreement right now, but we're gonna get it figured out. I can't bash Bob Arum when I know deep down in my heart that Bob Arum is really a good dude, and he really did try everything to get these fights I was asking for. These comments may have come back to bite Terence Crawford. his loyalty to a situation, because Bob Arum is just ravishing him and violating it, in my opinion, and saying you're not worth the risk. And he's up here playing peacekeeper and saying, oh, we may have a disagreement right now, but we're going to get it figured out. I can't bash Bob Arum. It sounds like Stockholm syndrome. Bob Arum is unapologetic. He's cutthroat. He's saying he's not even dealing with your career. He threw it off on his stepson because this is too time consuming. And, he's saying Crawford, he literally said, Crawford, it says it will be another hit on my net worth. Bob is savage, bro. He said it's a hit on his net worth. So messing with Crawford is a detriment to my net worth. I'm in this game for keeps. And for me to promote Crawford, I'm losing money. And he's telling you in a variety of different ways. And he's been telling you. He said this with the Victor Postal fight. I made videos about this. So some people think this is something new that he's just talking about in recent when he said the comments about, I'm losing money. I could have bought a house in Beverly Hills. He said, do we want to keep him? We know he's talented, but I could have built a house in Beverly Hills, But realistically, I showed this in another video. ESPN, the same author when he was working with ESPN, Dan Raphael, notes Bob Arum says he lost about $100,000 on Crawford Postal pay-per-view. So in the new Athletic article, he threw Crawford under the bus, saying his last 3 fights he lost money. But he told the public in ESPN back in the day that he lost $100,000 of his own money in 2016 messing with the pay-per-view. HBO put this on pay-per-view. Him and HBO put Crawford Postal on pay-per-view. So Bob Arum is double downing and standing by his words. Meanwhile, you got Crawford saying, hey, he's a good dude. It's going to be interesting to see how this works. I don't know if Crawford leaves or if he stays, but it's getting real chippy. Bob Arum saying, I'm not even interested in promoting him. He even went as far as saying that the Errol Spence and Crawford in the current climate, it doesn't look like it's a fight that'll win. You need closed circuit and stuff like that. So I don't know if Crawford stays, buys himself out of his contract. I don't know if he just doesn't fight till October and then tries to shop and see what his options are. But it's getting real interesting. But Bob Arum seems pretty fuming with Team Crawford based on them releasing and leaking information to the media that they guess they didn't want out, like him sending his lawyer. But, we'll see what transpires. But really interesting comments for Bob Arum to say that he's not even promoting Crawford. He said he's done. He's a lost leader. And he even said, I'll give him permission. That was crazy. Bob said, if he wants to leave, we can make some arrangements. So I don't know. I don't know if Crawford waits, tries to get the Spence fight. All I know is this: with your own very own promoter at the current moment, who you just said, he's a good dude and all that, and you've been with him, this is a decision Crawford made. So guess what? Bob Arum, hitting you with this venom and vitriol. There is no way on earth anyone can convince me that Crawford at welterweight, despite being a great fighter, is the A side of Errol Spence over Errol Spence. How are you the A side over Errol Spence and your promoter is continually throwing you under the bus, continually saying that, hey, every time I deal with a Crawford fight, and he's been saying this for years, I'm losing money. I mean, this is uncanny. Now he's saying, I'm not even interested in promoting him going forward. Whatever my stepson, TODD wants to do, he could do it because I'm done with this. He's wiping his hands clean. There is no way. So for Crawford to say, oh, I could get 60-40 versus Errol as long as I get to 60, it sounds delusional. Your own promoter is saying you're not, worth the headache, basically. You're losing me too much money. Bro, he literally just told you that I don't give a ish if they're mad. I don't care. What the Crawford camp did was reprehensible, like disgusting. He says, I've lost so much. The truth is I lost money with the guy. So he don't care what Dana White said, what Ego said, and I give it to Bob Arum. At least he's sticking to his guns. He said it will be another hit on my net worth. That's what Arum said, bro. So there's no way you'll get 60-40. or present yourself as the A side, no matter how good of a fighter you are, because your own current situation and current promoter is telling the world you're not a sales act. You need to be more like 22-year-old Shakur and Teofimo Lopez, who are young in their careers, and you need to promote better, and you need to promote like them. And he could have bought a really nice house, and you're going to lose money. And if he wants to leave, then he could leave. Bob Arum is almost talking like a pimp. And I hate to say the analogy, but he's being cutthroat. And what he's doing is, let's say the girl wants to leave, you know, and she wants to go to another side of town or something. And then the pimp is going to break the girl down and make her feel like ish, and make her feel like I'm all you got. You know, like I said in a previous video, like the R. Kelly victim, I watched a whole documentary, and R. Kelly had some of the girls so psychologically and emotionally invested that this one girl wanted to sing. That's why she started hanging with R. Kelly, because he said he was going to help her with her singing career. She had long hair, beautiful hair and stuff like that. Anyway, she had been like psychologically damaged and, you know, verbally abused and stuff, and broken down to the point where R. Kelly had her cut her hair to look more like a boy. She lost all of her whole identity, and she was out there, you know, didn't want to be a singer, didn't want to move back in with her family. Her family's looking for her, and she was just a different person altogether. You see what I'm saying? And that's how Bob Arum's kind of treating this, like almost like a domestic violence woman who's trying to leave. Like, yeah, go ahead, leave, get out. You'll be nothing without me. You know what I'm saying? And he's kind of trying to, I don't know, maybe instill fear that if Bud leaves, that nobody would pick him up, or, you know, just at least taint his brand and image. Like, yeah, okay, go, leave. I dare you to leave. They're going to lose money with you. You're going to lose money doing the Errol Spence fight. So whatever situation you know, Bud has got himself into, this is looking real chippy. It's looking real chippy. Your own promoter saying this ain't it. You're losing too much money, and he's trying to like stain your brand. There's no way I could see you getting the lion's share of the money. Nobody on PBC is doing this to anybody. I've never in my life heard Al Heyman say, Errol Spence, man, I lost money messing with the Bundu fight. Or Errol Spence and Kell Brook was a disaster. We lost so much money. Gervonta lost us money versus Leo Santa Cruz or Gambo. We don't see this. It's only happening in this current situation. You know, in all fairness, I don't recall Eddie Hearn doing this to nobody. You know, just putting all their private business on the street. But Bob Arum been in the business, and he's cutthroat, and he knows how to deal with different fighters, and he's being cutthroat. And Terence Crawford is out here saying, we got a disagreement, y'all, right now, but we're gonna get this all figured out. All right, well, Bob Arum is saying he ain't promoting you anymore. He said he has to pass that off to his stepson. So we'll see how it all plays out. I'll leave you with the clip from Terence Crawford when he was on Brian Custer's show. Let me know what you guys think. This is just getting all too crazy. I need to hear some comments in this. Also, sign up for ESPN Plus using the link in the description box of any of my videos. ESPN Plus, they have a ton of original content, docu-series, documentaries, archive footage of some of your favorite fights, Mayweather, Pacquiao, Teofimo Loma. You could get ESPN Plus as a standalone app that is $5.99 a month. If you want more content, get the bundle that includes ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney Plus, all three apps for one low price of $12.99. And it does help the channel continue to grow so I could kick out more content just like this, do upgrades, upgrade the gear and various things. Shout out to everybody for the support. Cash App, $Boxingego. Let's keep working, keep cooking. Let me know what you think of Arum's latest interview. The link in the description so you can definitely give the credit and go read that in its entirety. Crazy stuff. We'll see how it all plays out. Holla at the boy. We working.
What would make you leave? What would make you leave Top Rank to go to the PBC?
Well, business. It's all about business. You know, at the end of the day, it's all about business. You know, that's what it comes down to.
And as of right now, how long are you there at Top Rank?
Probably like a few months, few more months, a year.
Okay.
Yeah. It ain't that long.
Okay.
Ain't that long.
So you are, and as a businessman, putting the pressure on. I would assume, get me the fights that I want, maximizing my dollar. I stay at Top Rank. Otherwise, then I may look to move on. Correct?
Correct. It's always been how.
So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.